Beth, here we are in glorious Lenato. I mean, the weather actually isn't that dissimilar to a few weeks ago when we were last in the same place, which was Seoul for the Junior World Championship. So, memories?
Yeah, it's been lush the last few weeks. Enjoying the sun out here in Lenato, but also out in Germany, where I became Junior World Champion with another Junior World record, which was my second of the season. Yeah, just fantastic.
It's been a remarkable year for you with the start in Tangier. But as I said, specifically Seoul, that Junior World title. I mean, when did you think this is on, or did that not go through your mind? Did you just keep shooting?
I think the last few months have all been about the Junior World Championships. Like Morocco was in preparation for the Junior World Champs. Cairo, where I came away with the bronze, was all for preparation of the Junior World Champs. So there was a lot of emphasis on that competition. And I started really well with a 25 and then slipped off the road a little bit for a couple of rounds during qualification. So after that first round, I was very much like, yes, I'm going to win this. And then second and third rounds, I didn't really think I was even going to make a final. But I pushed through and then managed to qualify in third. And then the second I shot that first pair, I just felt really confident. I was just enjoying myself. You know, it was amazing to shoot a final in front of so many people. There were loads of people out in Seoul. Everyone's cheering, everyone's clapping, music was loud. It's just a really enjoyable experience. And shot the first station really well, and then confidence built, and then I just went from there, just hitting all the targets. And yeah, it's just really good fun.
It's been a really remarkable year for you. I mean, again, we touched on Seoul there and we'll come back to it, but I wind back to January when together we were at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix shotgun. You competed there, and unlucky really, I thought, to come away fourth.
Yeah, I mean, I got knocked out on bib number, which is always quite frustrating. I missed the same 2 targets on each pass of the final, so I only dropped 4 targets there, which I was pretty happy with. But it was just the same mistake coming to bite me. But I put a lot of work into that over the next few months. Made another final in Qatar Grand Prix, came away in fourth again. So then going into Morocco, I did a lot of preparation on reverses. And then to make the final, I was like, yeah, this is good preparation for Junior World Cup. And then I somehow came away with the gold medal there.
Yeah, and then there was Cairo, as you said, and then, of course, Seoul. So that moment that you knew you'd become Junior World Champion, you also then were just trying to get as many more as you could after that to try and push the world record up. 34 just with those 2 misses. And again, I mean, I was there, I was commentating, but I can't remember which ones were the misses.
I can remember.
Oh, right, okay. And was it those ones that you've been trying to work on?
No, it was the complete opposite. I was struggling a technical error on the first reverse pair on 3, and then I've been working on that a lot. Whereas the targets I missed in that final were all through head game and through mental setup. Every other time I called pull, I was completely confident that I was going to hit it. Whereas both the times I missed, I just had that inkling of doubt, or my mind just wandered slightly. And obviously in skeet, you've got the 3 seconds that the K can come out of, but that's not really enough time to recenter yourself. So I kind of just had to accept that, I can't bring my focus back completely, but I've just got to stick to my process and try and hit the targets.
So without that positive thought, or without going into the shot prep in the way you would like to, as you said, just that slight bit of doubt, that's it. You've almost missed already.
Yeah, for me it's all about intention of a shot, and that's one thing I really felt back in Morocco, because the targets were going everywhere, the wind was awful, the weather conditions were really tricky, but everyone was missing. So I knew that if I missed 1 or 2, it wasn't a big deal. It was just about making sure that I was in the right frame of mind and I set up correctly for the next pair. And the same thing in Seoul. It was because you can miss a pair at any moment, and you can go from having a 3 target lead to 1 target lead and then being behind everyone else. And as I had a low bib, it was, I could be knocked out on bib number at any point. So it was just being really focused, being really intentional with each shot, and trying not to let my mind focus on what could happen, or I could medal, I could get a record. It was about what happened in that moment.
Yeah, and with the changes to the rules, because there's other athletes who shot the older rules a lot longer than you had to. So again, how have you coped with that? Have you sort of spoken to some of the other athletes? How have you sort of prepped yourself for again the changes that have been made for the LA Games?
Yeah, so I shot a couple of finals over the old format. Most of them were at Grand Prix levels. I shot 1 European junior final and 1 Worlds under the old semi-final format. I always struggled with the old final format because you have to have such a high level of focus over such a long period of time. whereas the new final format really suits how I shoot. It's just you go for it, and it's really fast paced and it's exciting, and you can't really let your thoughts drift because you could be out, and if you miss a target you could be out on bib, and everyone's a lot closer packed together. So yeah, it's just you have that like prime focus every second. You don't have to be managing your focus and energy levels over an hour. You've got 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to just really give it your all. And it's really exciting. And it's similar to the mixed pairs and teams format, which I've shot a lot of the teams finals previously as well. So yeah, I just think it really fits my style of shooting, and I really enjoy shooting it.
Yeah, of course. And you've been working quite hard on social media as well. I mean, some of the videos that you've been making about going to equipment control, and even as a video editor myself, I was thinking there's quite a lot of effort that's gone on here.
Yeah, I made the conscious choice this year, in the build-up to Morocco actually, that I wanted to make our sport more accessible to a new generation of people, and try and promote shooting sports in a positive and fun way, in the hopes that maybe someone who doesn't know that that's a sport maybe tries it, or just wants to follow along and watch us in the Olympics or watch one of the ISSF finals, and it's actually been doing really well. We're making progress. I get loads of people coming up to me, commenting on the social medias and how much they think it's a good thing for the sport, and I get lots of messages of video inspirations, which I really appreciate, but I won't be dancing in front of a camera, so I have to say no to most of those, but yeah, we're getting there. I just think it's really important to show the good sides of our sport, and to bring new people into it.
Indeed, yeah, and again, let's not forget the efforts of some of the other team as well. There was Phoebe Bodley Scott, who took the silver on the day you took the gold. But what's it also like being around Ben Llewellyn? He's the European champion. You've got Amber Rutter, who's an Olympic silver medalist. It must be great having those type of people in and around you in the GB squad.
Yeah, so I've been training a lot with Amber since Morocco. And it's great to just pick her brain. I think she thinks of the sport in a completely different way than I do. I mean, she's been doing it for years, and some of the mental approaches she's had I've started adopting, and I do feel like it is making a difference. She's just so confident in what she does. Like, you watch her walk onto a stand and no one thinks she's going to miss, and she doesn't think she's going to miss, and it's about having that kind of attitude and having that confidence in what you're doing. And yeah, Ben's been so supportive. It was great to have him co-commentate on my final in Morocco as well. It's like a full circle moment for when we commentated on his final at the Europeans last year. Yeah, I just try and learn as much as I can from the other athletes, and also just training alongside them. It pushes everyone on forward. Training with Phoebe and competing against us. We've been friends for years. We've been training together for years, and we've kind of pushed each other along all the way. So it's great to finally be at the peak of our sport together.
Now, a couple of things, because you say about putting shooting under the limelight and shining a positive light on it. With success comes more media coverage, examples like this. But you're on national radio back in the UK after Tangier, and again, how did you sort of cope with that? Because that's a whole new influx to the side of your shooting life.
Yeah, it is tricky, but I've always been quite confident in speaking in front of people, in front of a camera. I used to do drama lessons at school, Lambda, public speaking. My dad media trains people as a job through his company CommsQuest, so I've always kind of been put in front of a camera and speaking, whether it's just my dad putting a camera and being like, talk about your training session today when I was 12 years old, in the hopes of one day that maybe I'll make it to an Olympics and we'll have all those like B-roll footage to kind of stick in. But I've always been quite comfortable talking, especially when it's something you care about so deeply, and you want to share it with people. I think it's so much easier to have a conversation and try and make it sound exciting so that people want to dig more into the sport.
Sure. Okay, so a couple of things before we go. So any young women watching this now, or watching you, or seeing what you've achieved, your message to them, how do they go about even starting to get to where you've got to?
I think it's different all throughout, the world, but in the UK especially, go online, find a local gun club and just give it a try. Those are probably your experts for getting you into the sport. Everyone's friendly. Everyone wants to see new people into the sport, because without new people, our sport's not guaranteed forever. So just give it a try. Don't be disheartened if you don't hit targets. Shooting's so much more than breaking targets, about improving yourself physically, mentally, getting better resilience, improving your focus, and giving you those skills for life, not just for shooting. So yeah, just give it your all, keep smiling, yeah.
And goals now, you're junior world champion, you're a junior world record holder. What's ahead?
Ultimate goal is definitely to make an Olympics, but yeah, that's definitely a long process in the future. So I'm hoping to make the senior Europeans and Worlds teams this year to get a few major competition experiences under my belt. Yeah, and just keep competing as a junior. I've got one more year next year. Hopefully make a few more medals and a few more finals. But mainly just keep, doing what I'm doing. Results will come when they're supposed to. If you try and force them, they're not going to happen. So yeah, just keep enjoying what I do, keep training hard, and then see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we ever end up on the shooting range together, don't worry, because I won't hit one of them. I won't hit one. You'll be absolutely fine. Well, Beth, I mean, we wish you all the best. You've inspired a lot of young people. Keep on doing that, and we wish you all the best for the remainder of the year and going into next year and in the run-up to the LA Games.
Thank you so much.